Hey everybody, this is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. It is straight up 5 o'clock on my clock right now. A good time to start your reading. And I just want to say, for those of you that are listening to this on the day I record it, which today is September 28th, we are having a Mercury square Pluto right now. The aspect is exact, and for those of you that have been, and we no less, we have Mercury retrograde as well with Pluto square Capricorn, and I think it's a good time to do a reading like this called Continue with the Connection or Ditch It, because, Pluto is that energy that makes us change and transform and look at things in a new way and grieve and let go, right? And it also kind of forces the truth in a way too, especially when you're dealing with plutonic matters and Mercury. And it was interesting today because of course, Mercury is the planet of communication, thinking, ideas, fast travel, magic, etc. with Mercury. And I was talking to someone today about how the quality of information is important. So for those of you that are listening to this reading today, just to say overall that these are general readings, and so, try not to get upset if the answer isn't what you want to hear, but I know that sometimes we just get upset in life anyway, so be upset. It's okay to be upset. I'm going to take that back, actually. And we might find a lot of things during this Mercury retrograde that we're taking back because, we have to be careful what we say to each other, right? And tarot readers have to be careful about what they're saying to other people as well, because our words can have a very powerful effect on people. And sometimes you can tell, like, if a message or just any communication doesn't really resonate with you, if it really makes you feel tired and drained after hearing it, okay? And I was reminded of that. And sometimes certain information can make you physically sick as well. I had this happen to someone that I know. They got really sick after, I'm not going to go into the details of it, but anyway, suffice it to say, they were throwing up and all these kinds of things. So, talking about purging and Pluto and the Mercury retrograde and purging what we don't need. And so I'm just hoping today that this will be a good time for us to look at, should we continue on with the connection or ditch it? And I feel like some of you have been asking me this a lot in the comments lately. I also feel that some of you were asking me about this on the live as well that I did on Friday. And I just wanted to provide greater clarity to you on this issue. And so we're going to go ahead and get into it today. We will have extended readings. For those of you that are wondering, yes, I do personal readings, and all information for how to request, what my prices are, etc., are in my description box of the video. So you can find all the information there you need, how to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, also how to look at my other channel that I have, Light of Ascension Tarot, and let's see, also to get the extended reading for these readings as well. So we'll go deeper into the energy on the extended reading, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's find out some information that we need to know here. Again, these are general readings, and to get a better idea, an even better idea, would be a good idea to get a personal reading. If you are really in the, time, space, continuum, hardcore of should I stay, should I go? Should I stay, should I go, right? And a lot of us are going to be uncovering some deep truths during this Mercury retrograde. We're going to have a very powerful new moon in Libra on October 6th, where Pluto is going to come out of retrograde and go direct then. And hopefully by that time, we'll all have some clarity on if there are certain relationships in our life we're wondering, should we stay, should we go, okay? And so this is just food for thought, all right? Let's go ahead and get into the readings. We have pile number 1, which is the blue tea light. We have pile number 2, which is the black tea light. we have pile number 3, which is the red tea light. So that's red, black, or sorry, I said that backwards. That's blue, black, and red. Blue, black, and red. Pile 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so you can go ahead and choose your pile. That's why I love pick-a-cards in general, because you can, even though they're general readings, you still pick your own pile. So it's a little more akin to you, is what I feel, than rather if I just have one big collective reading. I mean, big collective readings are cool too, but at least with this pick a card, you can, it's sort of like a choose your own adventure, if you will. So, and you get to use your own intuition, which I think is important, okay? So let's go ahead, especially if you're getting a reading, like your intuition, when you're getting a reading, your own intuition can be working as well, right? Because you may even see things in the reading that the reader doesn't even see, because you know the cards, or you know that card always comes up for you, or even if you don't know the cards, just your intuition is telling you something, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the reading, and let's do it, everybody. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the blue tea light, and today's reading is called Continue with the Connection or Ditch It, okay? And I feel a lot of you, I just feel a lot of you have this question lately. And of course, we're in a Mercury retrograde. Mercury is square Pluto right now, so a good time to uncover some truths about communication and relationships. And I just felt the collective was needing this reading. So pile number 1, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. If you wanna go deeper, you can follow me to the extended reading as well. And before I start, just wanna give a little spiel on this is a general reading, even though you picked this pile and this blue tea light. And if you wanna go deeper into your specific situation, you can also request a private reading, which details to do so are in my description box below. Again, take everything with a grain of salt and run it through your own filter. So let's go ahead. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 1s who come to the temple today seeking guidance, seeking wisdom. Should they continue on in this connection, or should they just ditch it? Should they completely ditch it or continue on? All right. Spirit just is saying, go into the chapel and we're gonna get married. Okay, so maybe some of you guys have heard that song recently, or you sang that in the past, or someone you knew did, but interesting choice. And I do feel like we're in the temple when we're here together. It's like, you know, we're here to learn together. So let's go pile number 1 and see, should you continue on with this connection or ditch it? I am getting the name Haley, or names that start with an H. We have 9 of Cups. All right, so time to clear the stage for what is coming next. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Everybody has to do their part to make something work. It isn't just one person. Everybody has a role. At least in egalitarian societies, that's how it was, even back in the ancient times, right? Everybody has to help. And as human beings, we kind of we're cut from that cloth, okay? There's a time to stay behind the scenes and help. And then there's also a time here with the 6 of Wands to be on stage and have others watching you as you're kind of taking something on. All right, pile number 1. So blue, ooh, throat chakra. All right, and maybe some of you are singers here, or you want to be a singer, or you do sing, or you like to sing for fun and your friends like to listen to you. Maybe you rap, or you do really good impressions, or you have this very jovial side, because we have 2 Jupiter cards here with the 6 of Wands and the 9 of Cups. And yeah, so what you're looking for, I feel pile number 1 is very, you know, egalitarian, equal living with everyone involved, setting the stage right, letting people, sharing the stage with others, stepping up to the plate, okay? These are some good energies. We have Ace of Pentacles, and so far, just looking at, so far, not a whole lot that I'm seeing about this connection, except, but we're gonna, I mean, we have a lot more cards to go here. We have the High Priestess, so something is hidden, right? Something is hidden. And I feel like you guys have been going about your business. You've been going about your day. You're like, the stage is set. Maybe some of you even did a little like witchcraft around this, and I feel if you did, it was light. It wasn't like this person has to come back to me, because I feel you guys are all for free will for sure. But I feel like you did maybe some sayings or witchcraft around, if it's meant to be, it'll be. Or maybe you even said that, if it's meant to be, it'll be. And maybe some of you had a grandmother or something that used to say something like that. I don't know why I've been channeling the grandmothers lately, but the grandmothers are with us, okay? And yeah, what will be, right? Live each day with purpose. I feel like some of you guys maybe had somebody in your life that taught you this as a child, where you were learning this, or someone is saying this to you, okay? Live every day with purpose. Don't be afraid to shine. You're so talented, right? I feel like some of you have a guide here. If it's not a grandmother, then it's a guide or somebody explaining this to you. And somebody who's a little more old-fashioned, that kind of goes with the older ways, all right? And somebody who's really encouraging your creative talents. Now, when it comes to this connection, we're still in the question, aren't we, pile number one? And that's what I love about tarot, because the first three cards really, I feel, are just about you and where you're at. Now, as we get into this High Priestess and Ace of Pentacles, this is where I feel like we're starting to get into this. I feel like the reason why you guys are wondering about this is because you're like, I see that this connection has potential, Ace of Pentacles. And maybe this person has some type of a creative job, or they're on stage at times, or they sing at times, right? Or you guys share this in common, or you admire what this person does, or they admire what you do. But I feel like the reason why you have stayed in this sort of like state of questioning or wondering is because of the Ace of Pentacles, because there's so much undiscovered treasure here, okay? And you can see the string of pearls hanging out from the pearl necklace. For those of you that are familiar with the pearl necklace, right? And the High Priestess, the waters of the moon, and the fluids and all of that, and the fluids and the pearl necklaces of life, okay? But the throat chakra, beautiful necklace. Maybe your maybe not to bring the grandmother back into this, but maybe some of you have some pearls from, because there's two meanings, right? I mean, there's the PG pearl necklace, and then there's the G-rated pearl necklace, pile number one. But anyways, so, but yeah, what I'm saying is that this connection tempts you in a way, and it's tendrils, and it's, you know, ways of sort of getting into your psyche and psychically sort of connecting with this person. And I feel psychically they sort of reach out to you in this very soft overture, and you sort of reach back, and the energies come together, and it's just this kind of dance, you know? And some of you feeling like that there is unexplored, you know, treasure here. And here we have the Page of Pentacles. So it's like, yeah, does Spirit support me in pursuing this? And we're going to get more messages here, but I also see the rainbow here, which I'm very drawn to today. I feel drawn to rainbows, and somebody I was talking today mentioned rainbows as well. So, and this Page of Pentacles is like, look what I found, you know, looks so happy. Look at how cool this is, right? And the Page of Pentacles is the throne for the Ace of Pentacles. So that's very interesting. It's like picking up that pentacle off the Ace of Pentacles and being like, look what I found, you know, how exciting, right? But I feel like some of you are wondering, yeah, is this a fantasy, or could we actually make this thing a reality, right? Is this, you know, maybe some of you wondering, like, is this thing in my head, or, you know, did I manifest this, or did I dream this into being here, or is this something that I should legitimately take action steps towards, okay? So let's go ahead and get some messages, pile number one. I feel like unlike maybe some of the other times when we ask these questions, you guys are not entirely consumed with this question. I feel there's other things going on in your life that there is, you know, work to be done, that there's projects that you're working on, there's things, you know, kitchen witch, things that you're doing, spells you're undertaking, the life that you're crafting for yourself, even if you're not a witch, the life that you're crafting for yourself, all of that. I mean, I feel like it's more of a curiosity. I feel like it's like you saying, well, I think about this person sometimes, and it could be a younger earth sign with the Page of Pentacles here, or someone who's like a year or two younger than you, or just an earth sign in general with these Ace of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles, okay? But I don't feel like it's something that's, I mean, maybe at night you think about this person, or around the full moon that we had during the equinox, because I'm seeing the full moon here, you were thinking about this person and wondering, but I feel like you're not like totally tortured over this, pile number one, which is a good thing. Okay, this person is saying, you deserve so much more than what I can give you. Now, that's a problem because you really do deserve a lot, pile number one. And your ancestors here are even pointing that out, saying, you know, if this person is in a darker place, or they're not able, not in a darker place, I don't feel they're in a darker place. They maybe just don't have the secret sauce of like what you need, you know? And sometimes people can be like kind of downers and kind of like just not in a phase of their life where they want to like expand and have fun. And I feel you may be more outgoing than this person, pile number one, and they may see themselves as not being like outgoing enough or cheerful enough for you. But let's go ahead and see what else we get here. We have root chakra, fear and impatience, okay? Lack of abundance, greediness, anger and aggression, physical blockages surrounding safety and security. And it says, get grounded and practice techniques that will anchor you back into the present moment. Yeah, for sure. With the 9 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles, I was talking about the present moment, and yeah, and the 6 of Wands, like seizing the moment. And definitely what you guys need to be doing right now is working on seizing the moment in the present day. And this person may be having a lack of abundance in their life right now. They may be very fearful and impatient, you know, just themselves here. They may have some things that they're dealing with that makes it a little bit hard for them to open up, because this Ace of Pentacles, this chest here, is closed, and you can see the pearls hanging out of it, but it is closed, all right? And yeah, I promise I am working on fixing this. So this person is, you know, I think they're feeling a little guilty with this full moon staring at me here, pile number one. I think they're feeling a little guilty that they can't quite give you what you would want, you know? But the thing is I don't feel you're materialistic, really, pile number one. I feel like, you know, you just want to be seen for who you are and have fun and, be with somebody where you guys are like equals, like I said, like an egalitarian society, okay? And this Page of Pentacles to me doesn't feel materialistic. This feels like, you know, like excited, like, wow, we get to spend time together, or we get to enjoy some time together. Maybe for some of you, quality time is your love language, okay? But this person might be confused and think like gifts is your love language, but I feel it's more quality time. We have 10 of Cups, yeah, talking about quality time. And here you see this family on the beach, and they've got their radical, totally red heart sunglasses on, and they're staring up at these cool balloons that they have in their hands and at the sky. And it's like, oh, what a moment, you know? Oh, what a night, right? Isn't that a song from the early 2000s? I'm thinking of like Missy Elliott. Oh, what a night. You should be like Missy instead of being like Mike, right? What is that song? Missy Elliott. Oh, what a night. Yeah, anyway, but I mean, I feel like this person is saying, I want to have the 10 of Cups too. I want to enjoy the present moment. I want to have a good time too. I want to get away. Something about the feet here on the 10 of Cups as well. And definitely like a lot of Pisces energy here too, because I'm looking at the feet. It's making me think of Pisces, or like tickling someone's feet. Okay, we have the Four of Wands. So yeah, and in this picture, this isn't an 18 plus reading. In this picture, you know, he's going down on her, right? But anyway, and she's like, hell yeah. We have Virgo. Okay, so Virgo, Pisces energy definitely coming through in this reading for sure, I feel, and earth signs here. But I feel like you guys, this is like you guys. I feel like you guys here could be Virgos. And again, it says witchy. Of course, witchy is on here too. Discerning, witchy, critical. I also feel like cultural. You guys are cultural. Maybe you study cultures, or you like the idea of a natural egalitarian society, right? And you live your life in a certain way. The thing is, I think this person lives with a lot more fear than you do. Pile number one, we have fear and impatience, right? And I feel you have been very patient, but you're starting to wonder, like, is this really worth it? We have Taurus, and I mentioned the earth sign earlier with the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. So we have Taurus and Virgo. And yeah, I mean, I feel like there could be, you know, I'm a Taurus, so I should know, tenacious, loyal, patient, right? Not always. I'm not always patient, but then again, I have Uranus opposing my sun. Patient. And, you know, when I was younger, I don't think I was that loyal when I was younger. I've gotten definitely towards my family, I was loyal, and towards like my girlfriends, very loyal. But as I got older, I've gotten more loyal towards, you know, romantic partners and those that I love as well, okay? But yeah, we have Virgo and Taurus. So I don't know why I said that. Maybe some of you guys are like, loyal? What the fuck? What are you talking about now? Right? Ample. Tauruses are ample. Well, that's very true. I'm very ample. But we have worthiness, right? With Taurus, we can talk about the Hierophant and the Empress, right? Like that worthiness, that sense of worthiness. And this person feeling like everything's got to be done the hard way, or having some more fear than you do, I feel, pile number one, okay? And we have yes, okay? Continue with the connection. We have 3 and joy. And I felt kind of like, yes, I do, okay? We have malachite and healing. Malachite is a combination of green and black. Green brings physical well-being, and black releases negativity that blocks healing. Black is also the color of the root chakra. It gets to the root cause of the physical. Yeah, there's the root chakra right there. Healing that root chakra. It gets to the root cause of the physical condition, and it brings it up to the surface. Maybe this person is going through some type of physical blockage or sickness right now, and you're like, hey, I'm the herbalist over here. Have you tried this natural remedy? Have you tried that natural remedy? Right? The Virgo, the alchemist here. Or have you gone to see this type of doctor or that type of natural path, right? Black is also the color of the root chakra. It gets to the root cause of the physical condition and brings it up to the surface to be transformed. The higher copper content in malachite helps with inflammation and reduces physical pain. Okay, so definitely with Venus and Aries and the Four of Wands, there could be some inflammation, probably inflammation of desire with that. But the affirmation here is, I release all blockages to my well-being. Perfect health is restored to me now. All right, so both of you talking about, both you and this person talking about health and well-being and day-to-day living and food, all of that. We have the hummingbird. I don't want to forget about the beautiful hummingbird coming out under the 10 of Cups with joy, underneath the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so, and I think some of you, I just got the word from Spirit, grand gesture. So I think with this 6 of Wands, this person is working on fixing this, and I think some of you are waiting for that grand gesture from this person to show them, like, yes, I am interested. Yes, I see a future, 10 of Cups. Yes, this makes me happy to be with you, joy. And I feel like this person may not have been so joyful lately. They might not have been. And maybe they were. Page of Pentacles, this page looks very joyful. Maybe they were very joyful when you met them, or they had a smile on their face and you're like, well, what the heck happened? I thought we were kind of working on something here. All right. So yeah, they're saying I am working on fixing this, Joy and Hummingbird. And we have, oh yeah, okay, pile number one. This is from my deck and it says, I'm coming for you, babe. And it's under the Virgo. So if you guys are dealing with a Virgo, or you are a Virgo, or you're an earth sign in general, a Taurus as well, I feel like this person is saying, I'm coming for you, babe. And they are working on healing. They're working on their own joy. They're working on saying yes to themselves. And I do feel there is a grand gesture here. And what do we have? We have card 44 and union. This card actually came out the other day as well. The energy of union activates our ability to unite our outer and inner orientations toward a state of wholeness. And that's what I feel like. Maybe when you met this person, they were a lot happier, things seemed on the up and up, but then things kind of, what's the word I want to say? They like trickled, maybe like slowly kind of trickled out, or just kind of fell flat a little bit. It's like when you're playing a beautiful song on the guitar, or you're playing on the piano, or you're singing, but all of a sudden your voice cracks, or you hit a note and it goes and it's like really flat, right? Like that type of thing. So I feel like this person is fixing it, and there is something about being patient here. And I feel like, you know, steady as she goes, pile number one, be steady as you go. And I wouldn't spend, I don't feel like you're in a tailspin. I gotta tell you, if you have felt like you've been in a tailspin, then I feel like your ancestor is here to tell you, you know, live in the present moment, live each day, go about your daily activities, 8 of Pentacles, and get that throat chakra warmed up, okay? 6 of Wands, looks like somebody has a microphone here, okay? But there is this energy of union, and yes, union. So should you continue in the connection or ditch it? I think you can continue in it for now, pile number one. I think you can. You guys might have had a very passionate night with each other, 4 of Wands, and it could have brought about some healing or some sexual healing here. And so you're wondering, well, what the heck, you know, because I do feel that. And I feel like the High Priestess is holding a green light here, which reminds me of this malachite, this green healing light, and talking about, you know, the goddess with her healing energy, her heart healing energy, her sexual energy, her healing priestess energy, okay? And some of you guys wondering, like, yeah, I don't know, like we made out, or we had oral sex, or whatever. I don't know if I really want to go any further till I get some more clarification. Maybe some of you thinking about that. But I am encouraged because we have the young backpacker here having this orange backpack, and he looks determined. We can't see his face, but he's looking up at the mountain, and he's saying, I'm coming for you, babe, all right? A very determined hiker. So I think for now, you can continue on in the connection, pile number one. And you know me, I don't say things lightly. I give it to you guys straight. And if it looks, you know, horrid, then I let you know, right? But I don't think so. I think we have a yes. You can continue it in the connection for now and see what comes of it, all right? In the meantime, continue to live your life, be in the present moment, connect with your inner priestess, be happy and excited about life. Don't, you know, stop making any future plans. Live in the joy of the moment, the hummingbird, okay? And see what happens. All right, pile number one, if you want to go deeper with me, we're going to take it to the extended reading next, and we'll go deeper into what this person is feeling, what's on their mind. We'll go into what you can expect next, and we were talking about that grand gesture, and also more advice from your guides. Okay, pile number one. So join me on the extended reading. Link will be in the description box if you feel so inclined, and hope to see you again soon. Take care, pile number one. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to pile number two. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the black tea light, and today's reading is called Continue with the Connection or Just Totally Ditch It, okay? And I was talking about in the beginning, in my intro, about how, this is a general reading. If you do want to go deeper and this is resonating, you can book a personal reading with me. Details for how to do that are in my description box below. We'll also have an extended reading. But I also want to tell you, during this Mercury retrograde, it's very important what you put into your sweet little ears. And it's very important what energy you're absorbing, okay? And if at any point you feel like the reading isn't resonating with you, or you feel like it's causing more harm than good, my intention is always the best for you. When I do readings, my intention is to enlighten, with some humor, and for us to always gain clarity, but to do it in a gentle of a way as we can. Sometimes it's not always as gentle, but I try. Okay, pile number 2. So let's go ahead and get into it. I just wanted to tell you that. And if the reading doesn't really fit for you, then choose another pile or choose another reading, because I have almost 300 videos on my channel, and I've got playlists for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Spirits, angels, and guides, connect me to the beautiful energy of my pile number 2s. Bless this pile and the messages that I'm supposed to give to them. And if someone is meant to hear this message that comes to this reading, Spirit, please guide me so that I give them the best and highest information for them at this time. All right, pile number 2, let's go ahead and get into it. And we are gonna see what is going on. And I'm getting the H names again. I got them in pile number 1 too. I'm getting the name Heather. Maybe some of you know a Heather, or you, Heather Locklear, like a movie star, Heather Locklear, all right, wasn't she on 90210 or something like that? Spirit also gave me the words simply obsessed. Okay, so maybe some of you guys are simply obsessed with something lately, all right? For some of you guys, I feel like it could be like going to visit a place or a town or a city, or maybe even shopping or certain clothes I'm getting to, all right? But or maybe something as simple as like a type of iced coffee, all right? But simply obsessed. All right, let's go ahead and or maybe it's your person. Let's go ahead and get into it, my gorgeous, beautiful pile number 2s. Let's see. We have the 8 of Pentacles. All right. Without a crush or without somebody to kind of hem and haw over, life is kind of ordinary, regular, and boring, isn't it? Pile number 1 or pile number 2, right? It's like we got to have something to kind of liven up the day, right? Some of you guys may feel like you have boring jobs, or you get kind of sick of your jobs at times, or you're just like, ho-hum, or you might be doing something that's very routine. So it's like, even if you're not bored of your job, you do have to do something very routine that puts you in your head a lot. Like I'm getting like a hairstylist, makeup artist, things like that, where you're in your head a lot. I know sometimes you're talking to others, sometimes not. But at that time, it's like you have to kind of like, maybe it's just wanting something to think about. I feel pile number 2. Yeah, but it gets you in trouble, doesn't it, with the 9 of Swords, all right? Then it's like, does he love me? Does she love me? Does he love me? Does he love me? Does he love me not? Does he love me? Does he love me not? Does she love me? Does she love me not? Does she, right? And it gets a little obsessive, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what else we have here. We have the Queen of Wands. So Spirit just saying, yeah, you're very beautiful, pile number 2. Don't forget that. And, you have a style and a flair and a uniqueness about you that is unlike other people in a lot of ways. And you are not boring, and what you do isn't boring. And but maybe some of the thoughts have been a little bit repetitive, particularly at night. Maybe some of you were a little embarrassed about something that happened between you and this person, something that was said or done, and you're like at night, like, damn, I can't believe I did that, or I can't believe I said that. All right. We have the Page of Cups. And so, the Page of Cups facing the Queen of Wands, I feel like this person may have tried to approach you recently. We could have fire and water here. The Queen of Wands is an Aries, but I always think of her as a Leo as well. And then we have the Page of Cups, which could be any water sign. But I feel like, you know, this person does come back around and you are interested, but when they come back around, I feel like this person has excuses. You know, they've got tired excuses, or they're like, I'm sorry I stayed up too late, or I'm sorry I couldn't make it. I was, you know, French kissing my poodle. You know, I don't know why. I do not know why. I have no idea where that came from, pile number 2. It's like sometimes I have Tourette's as a tarot reader. I don't know. Not to, you know, definitely not to laugh at anybody that has Tourette's, but for sure, pile number 2. Sometimes we can just, and maybe something was said and you were just like, ha ha ha, and laughed it off, Queen of Wands, or maybe this person said something, but I do feel something got said and it was like, okay, I can't believe I kind of said that. But so interesting. But anyway, I feel like this person does kind of come back around and you're like, okay, cool. But then you're like, well, that wasn't really what I was wanting to hear. That's not really what I expected. I'm not really in love with the way you said that. I'm not really like, I am interested in you, but I'm not really interested in the way you said that or the execution of that, okay? And you're really wanting this person to come to you like an emperor with maybe less excuses, less like, well, I didn't mean to do that, and more like taking responsibility and waking up to like, you know, what it is that they said, right? And look at this lamb. It looks like it's kissing the emperor. Talk about any French kissing a poodle or whatever I said. But the lamb looks like it's kissing the head of the emperor here. And, you know, this emperor has his eyes closed. All right. So I feel like this person comes back around and acts like really sweet and kisses you or says, I'm sorry. And then your eyes kind of go closed again. Here's Aries. We could have Aries on top of Aries energy here, but somebody that has water in their chart as well with this Page of Cups. But I feel like, you know, the eyes closed and the lamb kissing the face of the emperor here is interesting because it's like, okay, this person comes and apologizes and sort of, or has a weak ass excuse, you know, like a watered down weak ass excuse. And the other person's like, okay, all right, I guess, you know, la la la, right? Eyes closed. And we have the Empress. Wow. So we have the Emperor and the Empress. And I can't tell you how long it's been since I've had a reading with both with the Emperor and Empress like right next to each other like that from the same deck, okay? So yeah, I mean, I think you guys have grown to enjoy your independence and you love the confidence and everything, but I do think you guys, some of you in pile number 2 are looking to settle down and you're looking to be with somebody who has a strong ethic, follow through, work ethic, who takes responsibility, who's a good protector or a good provider, or maybe you are somebody that's a good protector and a provider and you want to be with someone that can match your energy, okay? And, you know, the 2 kids are on the Empress's lap and, you know, this is the before tarot, so it's kind of before she's sort of in her pose, but you get a glimpse of her in the sense that, you know, she doesn't look as happy as she could, right? And for those of you that have children with someone and they come in and out of your life with weak ass excuses, or maybe you're trying to date and you have children as well, and you're looking for somebody, you know, the Emperor and the Lamb, you're looking for somebody who's good with children or somebody who is, you know, responsible in that way and can be protective in that way. Like you're looking for someone like that, I feel pile number 2, not someone who's a child themselves, okay? And I feel like for those of you that do have children, like you have enough on your plate, you have enough children around you as it is, you don't need some child ass behavior around you when it comes to adults or people that you're dating. And So I feel that's something that maybe why you're saying like this person doesn't, I feel you guys work really hard. In my pile number 2s, I feel you guys work super hard. You're very busy. You have a lot going on during the day. It is nice to have something or someone fun to think about. But at night, I feel you guys are quite, turning this and churning this around in your head, and you're like trying to sleep and you're just like, what the hell, and you're wondering like, what is going on with this person, right? And I feel like they come back around. And for those of you that don't have children, or you don't want to have children, or you don't care about that, kind of, again, it's a general reading, so go with the flow. But this Emperor isn't really sitting down yet. So somebody really isn't even sitting down to kind of finish the day. I feel like things are a little unfinished here. I gotta be honest, And I think you see, like, if this person were to, not have such dumbass excuses or say things in a certain way, all right, or always blaming something on something else, always coming with an excuse. Oh, the dog ate my homework. Oh, the whatever pissed on my whatever parade, And I don't feel you guys are like that. You guys are like, tough and strong in my pile number 2s, okay? And you don't want to be with that, all right? It's like, take a motherfucking seat to this Emperor, okay? And the Emperor and the Empress, like, of course they're divine counterparts, but, there's also, they look a little bit, especially the Empress doesn't look super looks a little annoyed with this Emperor, all right? Looks a little bit annoyed, like, not again, eye roll, okay? So, I think there definitely is a dynamic going on between you and this person. And if you're just starting to date someone, they might have said, oh, I forgot, the Emperor with the eyes closed. Oh, I forgot, we said we were going to go here. Or, oh, I forgot we made plans on that day. Can I reschedule? And then your hopes are kind of, you're like, damn, I got my hopes up, and I rearranged my schedule and I found a babysitter, and this motherfucker over here is like, even if you don't have kids, I rearranged my schedule. I got everything on my calendar cleared so I could spend time with you. And here you are, So I think some of you guys are kind of in that flow. They're in that energy. This person is saying, I wish I did things differently. Now I don't know how to fix us. Yeah, well, weak ass excuses. And I feel at first you guys really wanted to believe this person, and you were really like, oh, okay, and hey, no problem. I feel like you guys were pretty good-natured maybe about it at first, but now I feel you're kind of annoyed, and this person's like, damn, I wish I would have done things differently. Well, yeah, definitely. Said things differently, done things differently. We have heart chakra, okay? And it says, practice detachment and focus on loving yourself unconditionally, okay? Practice detachment and focus on loving yourself unconditionally. This will in turn assist your counterpart to do the same, divine counterparts, okay? By practicing detachment and focusing on loving yourself conditionally. And we have with the heart chakra, when it's out of whack, it can have a lack of self-love and compassion, okay? And and I see that here I feel you guys are torturing yourself a little bit here with the 9 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. It's like you're busy, you have a lot going on, but at night or even during the day, just like trying to ward off intrusive thoughts and trying to keep everything going is enough, right? And so, talking about needing to have some compassion for self here, we have, you came on too strong and too fast, all right? Well, I think this person was really not ready for you, pile number 2, in a lot of ways, because you came on too strong and too fast. is coming out under this Queen of Wands, okay? So they're like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. I didn't have an answer prepared. I don't know what I'm doing quite yet. And this Emperor is standing up, isn't even sitting down yet, is a little defensive and has their eyes closed, okay? So they're saying, ooh, you came on too strong and too fast. Maybe it scared them a little bit, but whatever. You guys are looking for something. Your life isn't a joke, you know? Pile number 2, your life isn't a joke. And you're not wanting to be with people who act that way about their own life or about your life or your time. So I get it, pile number 2. I really do. We have Justice here, and I feel, again, I don't really like this Justice card from this deck. I feel like this person, again, you see the guy on here trying to kind of explain things or trying to, you know, justify this person feeling a little like maybe you were like, hey, are you ghosting me? Or maybe you straight out asked this person like, hey, do you want to go out? Like, you know, what's your bag, baby? Like that type of thing. And I feel like this person, again, trying to explain things and saying, look, like we just met, we're just getting to know each other. We have to stay flexible. We have to, practice detachment at times, and we need to have, I feel like we're already arguing, yet we just met, or hey, we need to be more. And I feel like it's just kind of annoying you, pile number 2. All right, this guy's annoying me too. I'm finding him annoying. And I feel like this girl is like, what do I got? Like a plant growing from my head? Why are you looking at me like that, right? Why are you talking to me like I'm 5 years old? Okay, I feel like somebody is saying that too here. Let's see what else. We have the 10 of Cups. Ooh. And she's by herself in this 10 of Cups, but let me tell you, she is soaking up the moment. She's got stars in her hair. She's bathing nude in the evening, and she has the beautiful mountains in front of her, not a care in the world. And I feel like you guys, I'm getting that song Show Me Love by Robin. Show me love and what it's all about. Have you guys heard that song? Show me love. Show me life, right? Show me love and what it's all about. I feel like you guys are like, hey, if you don't want to show me love and show me what life is all about, then get to stepping, all right? And there is something, very romantic about you. And I feel like this person could be more analytical or more of like a talking head or more like, well, because, and I feel like you guys are just like, no, like, show me love and what it's all about. All right, okay, like the song by Robin. And we have Gemini here. Okay, so you guys are losing your attention span, I feel like, for this person. You're just like, yeah, I don't know, brah. I don't know, brah. I don't know. Isn't it Gen Xers say bra or bro a lot? I think that's so funny. I can't stand it. If a guy called me bro, I would punch him in the face. I swear to God. Pile number 2. I mean, I don't mind it when people do it as friends. I think it's kind of funny, but like if I was ever out on a date with a guy and he called me bro, I would probably backhand him. Okay, I gotta be honest. And I feel like you guys are kind of losing patience. You're this Gemini butterfly. You're like, I'm about ready to flex my wings and get the fuck out of here and fly away. And, the communication is a bit wackadoodle between you and this person, okay? And you're looking for versatile, flexible, adaptive, studious kind of energy. And I feel you do kind of have a restlessness in you. And I mentioned some of you thinking about going somewhere or thinking about buying something or something that you're really into right now. And, having something to work towards while you're working at work, and that your mind needing something to kind of focus on. And I think that does ring true here. But I think you guys are like, show me love and what it's all about, 10 of Cups, or I'm not really like, I don't really want to hear like your philosophical meanderings about why I came on too strong or too fast, or whatever excuse you have today, okay? So interesting. We have Pluto, all right, transformation. And yeah, so something deep within your psyche is transforming. Oh, and look at these vultures on the top of this huge spherical, a volcano blowing up, crystal quartz or smoky quartz, and 3 vultures. I saw 2 vultures on the top of my building the other day. Interesting. All right, but yeah, there is, you know, a clearing going on for you right now. It is very intense. You are working through these issues of personal power, I feel like, you know, and I feel like some of you may be asking, like, do I want somebody who kind of like comes under me or comes under my power in a way, or do I want an equal? But it doesn't seem like there really is anybody like that, because it seems like everybody's checked out or out to lunch, and I want someone who's awakened, okay, with Pluto. You know, it's that awakening energy, that evolution, okay? And you know, I was talking about simply obsessed, and of course it says obsession on this card, all right? So I do feel this person is thinking a lot about you while they're working, and they're wondering if what they said wrong or what they did wrong. I think some of them are wondering that, all right? And we have success, all right? And then we have sleeping man and unconscious, okay? So I think you guys have been dealing with a lot of unconscious men or women, okay? Just people who are not fully yet awakened. And it's like, after they come into contact with you, it forces them to grow. It forces them to kind of open their eyes, right? And but at the time, I feel like you're just like, I don't know, you know, like, can you come to me already changed? Can you come to me conscious and already awake, okay? And we have success here. So I feel like your angels are saying, you know, you will be successful in whatever it is that you are currently working through. We have zebra stone and balance. Zebra stone contains the black and white colors of the zebra. Black is the color of the earth plane, and white indicates the spiritual realm, okay? For light workers, it helps balance living a spiritual life on the physical plane. Like the horse, zebra stone assists you to be balanced and sure-footed, to work in both realms while remaining stable and poised. I balance living my physical life with my spiritual path, okay? And this zebra stone is coming right out underneath Justice or Libra. So we have Libra and Gemini here. We also have Aries and Libra, or Taurus and Libra. There is a lot of Libra here. There's also Plutonic, Scorpionic energy here as well. And talking about the need for balance. And no, I don't think you need to be with someone who is like lesser than you or unconscious, or someone that you can, you know, sort of boss around, pile number 2. I think there definitely needs to be balance in your connections, and whether that person is trying to talk down to you, or you're trying to, whatever you try to talk down to them, they try to talk down to you, that vibe is not it, okay? There needs to be this balance. And yeah, let's see, we have the Lovers, and this is from my deck. So there's some uncomfortable decisions that are, you know, coming up here. And some of you guys may have more than one person, because the Lovers was traditionally depicted with 3 people on it. And right now it has 2 people in the angel. So I do feel like you guys are like, yeah. And I think something you guys should think, we have Gemini and the Lovers. So we do have the Gemini energy here twice. We have the Lovers here twice. And we have expression. So I'm going to talk about expression here in a second. But I think something that you guys should think about when you're making this decision, if you should continue to pursue this connection or not, is think about like somebody you would go on a trip with, or you would go, for those of you that like camping or being outdoors, or for those of you that like vacations. A lot of us like vacations, you know, going to the mountains, or getting a beautiful cabin in the middle of nature with your sweetie and enjoying the beautiful sunset together and the conversation and all of that. Would you want to be with this person, just you and them, for a extended amount of time? Would that feel good to you? Like if you were with them and you were spending time, and maybe some of you already did this with someone or you've thought about this before, but people always say this is the true test of a connection, right? I mean, there's a lot of things, right? Getting sick, helping one another, all these things show, but like just thinking about you two and the way you communicate and the way you relate to one another as it stands today, would you want to go on like a week-long vacation with this person to a beautiful cabin with all the amenities and the beautiful sunsets, and have moments of long walks together, silence or cuddling, or, you know, a lot of discussions, right? Do you feel your energies would mix well with one another? Okay. If you feel like they would, then I feel like, yeah, continue on with this connection. And I think, you know, you should think about this, right? Like really in great detail about, you know, when you spend time with this person, you may not feel that sense of simpatico energy all the time, but there should be more moments of that rather than miscommunications, misfirings, over-explaining to the other person, canceling plans, showing up late, not taking accountability, right? All of those things sort of make an experience a lot less pleasant and beautiful, right? It really doesn't let us enjoy the experience when we go through all of that with someone, okay? So that's what I want you guys to think about. And if you're like, yeah, I would really enjoy talking to this person every day on a week-long trip, we would never run out of things to say. And we wouldn't find silence uncomfortable either. And we'd be able to share our viewpoints. And even if we didn't agree on everything, we'd be able to talk through it in a rational way. And if we did make a plan, it would definitely happen, and I would trust that it would happen if we committed to it together, and we would have the best time and we would totally enjoy, right? 10 of Cups. If you have that thought process and you're not lying to yourself, pile number 2, then I think, you know, it's okay, right? But if you're like, no, we would annoy the fuck out of each other, we would, you know, I would get super annoyed. They wouldn't show up. They would forget. They would, you know, cancel at the last minute. I wouldn't trust myself to go. I mean, if you just met someone, right? All you can go on is like what you've seen so far, right? So, you know, it talks about getting to know someone more at kind of a slower pace, right? And I think that that's what you need to do here. And I think that's something you should think about, not obsessively, but just think about in general, all right? And also think about how conscious the person you are that you're dealing with too. Can they look at their own patterns and where they're kind of like, quote unquote, shitting the bed? Can they take responsibility for, you know, can they take responsibility, right, for what it is, you know, what's going on within them? Can they really look at that? Are they able to do that? All right, because I think you guys, you're going through an awakening, pile number 2, with this Plutonic energy, and you can't really be with someone who doesn't have that in them. They have to be a person who's conscious, okay? And there's nothing wrong with sleeping and going into the unconscious. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a very beautiful thing. But yeah, I mean, you got to have trust established first, though. You do. You got to have a baseline. And we have expression. The frequency of expression supports our ability to bring out our true essence through many different forms of communication. Yeah. Do you feel you can bring out your true form in this communication? Or does this person always tell you that you're coming on too fast? Are they always trying to lecture you about how you're acting or what you're saying to them? Do you find yourself always wanting to lecture to them about what they're saying and doing? If that's the case, then it's a huge eye roll. Then I think it's a no, okay? But if you feel you can actually have good expression with this person and be who you are with them, and it's expansive, then I think it's a yes, okay? And we have this success with the sleeping unconscious man. So depending on how conscious this person is, right? Depending on how Pluto, how awoken or awakened they are, depends on, you know, depends on the answer to this question. I think pile number 2, okay? My pile number 1, I had like a very concrete answer to them. For you guys, it's a little bit different here because you have to consider the balance here between you and this person, okay? And the balance is what's gonna make it successful, okay? And yeah, so uncomfortable decisions with the Lover's card here. Some of you guys may be like, yeah, I gotta make a decision about this because it's, you know, I'm torturing myself over it, 9 of Wands, and I'm too cute to be doing that to myself and giving myself premature wrinkles. Okay, pile number 2. So good for you, pile number 2, and I hope that this reading brought you some clarity. And we're gonna go deeper in your extended reading. So for those of you that are like, I need more, like I feel like that was just hitting like the tip of the iceberg, which often happens in the general readings, we'll go deeper in the extended reading if you want to follow me there, and we can ask more questions about this person and where they're at. Of course, within limits, we can't, you know, violate anybody's privacy, of course, in tarot. We don't want to do that, just what Spirit is willing to show us, okay? So thank you so much, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that that provided some clarity for you there, okay? So thank you so much, my loves. It's a little more complicated of a situation, I feel, for you, okay? And let's move on to pile number 3. All right. Pile number 3. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the red tea light, and today's reading is called Should You Continue with the Connection or Ditch It? All right, or ditch it. All right, Spirit's also just giving me a word out right out the gate. Spirit is giving me the word diet and the word Odin. All right, so I don't know if some of you were looking at Odin myths lately or talking about Odin, but I'm also getting the word diet as well. Interesting. Okay, pile number 3. And, you know, with any tarot reading, as I said before in the other piles, take what's resonating with you. You can leave the rest. If the reading is bothering you or upsetting you in a major way, of course, you don't need to finish the reading. And make sure you're being very discerning about what you're taking into you at this time, pile number 3, because words have power, okay? And I've just been telling everyone that at the start of this Mercury retrograde that is exactly squaring Pluto, okay? So words have power, pile number 3. So be careful what you take in. For those of you that would like to go deeper into this reading with me, there'll be a link in my description box below where we will get even further into the extended reading, okay? So let's go ahead and do it. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the tornado that is pile number 3. Do you feel like a tornado? Spinning, 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 something tornado. All right, pile number 3. Please connect me to the tornado that is pile number 3. Flinging energy all over the place, right? All right, well, we're gonna attempt to bring some clarity. All right, pile number 3, and let's go ahead and get into it. I feel the need to kind of smooth things out here. I don't know, I didn't do this in any of my other readings. If you see my hands right now, I'm like smoothing it out, right? So I think we do need to kind of smooth something out here. Let's go ahead and see, should we continue with the connection or ditch it? We have the sun. Okay, well, that's a very good note to start your reading on. And there's this lovely skeleton mariachi band right here playing a beautiful tune. Looks like there's a wonderful blue jay up in the corner. And yeah, it passes through the eye of the hurricane, the needle that passes through the thread in the eye of the hurricane. All right, interesting. Celebrate, be merry, be glad. All right, let's see what else we have here. We have the Hierophant. Ooh, I love this. This Hierophant is in front of a Ouija board, and maybe you guys have been like drawing cards or doing some type of divination on this subject already, and you received a positive answer with the Sun, but you're coming to this reading because you want further clarification. All right, maybe you're like, oh, I was being too optimistic with myself, and I think it is very hard to read for yourself. I think it's harder than reading for other people for sure. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. Okay, I knew this card was going to come up. I had a feeling. We have the Four of Swords here, and in this deck, the Santa Morte deck, this gentleman or skeleton is nailing down this coffin. Okay, so putting a nail in the coffin, fini, finished, done. And yeah, so interesting. I think you guys did maybe you went and you saw another reading and you're coming here for clarity. I feel like when I was connecting with this card before your reading, and I had no idea it was going to come up. I just saw it while I was shuffling, pre-shuffling. I was kind of just drawn to the fact that it's like, yeah, kind of putting a nail in something. Like when we put a nail in something, we kind of close it and shut it for good. Either we stop asking over and over and over, and we just put a nail in it and move on, or we be done with it, right? So let's see what else we have here. We have the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Interesting. Let's see what he is looking at, because I feel like he's looking at something. He's looking at the Three of Swords. Well, yeah. And I feel like you guys are saying, I'm getting these, I've gotten readings on this before, I've done my own reading on it, and I got a really good outcome card, or I got this beautiful, like, happy-go-lucky card, but I'm very confused. Or maybe if for those of you that don't read cards, but you were talking with a friend and, or you were just thinking about this situation and you're like, yeah, this is fine. This is going to go good. And you're like, well, why do I keep thinking? Why do I keep thinking here that King of Pentacles looking in on the Three of Swords? How come I can't shake this feeling? And if you look here, the skeleton is putting two swords in this person's back, and it's like someone gave another person the sword of which to stab them in the back with. Okay, that's tough, pile number 3. That is tough. And I feel like some of you guys are like, yeah, I do that sometimes. I give people the ammunition that they need to kind of hurt me or stab me in the back or betray me. And I want to be done with this, okay? Four of Swords. I want to put a nail in the coffin and be done with this. I don't want to continue on with this kind of thing anymore. And that's why I'm coming here, because I want, reconfirmation. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, so, and again, it's so interesting because you have this person taking the nail and pounding it into the coffin. And then you have the Seven of Swords, this tricky little devil in the Seven of Swords, even though it was nailed shut, got out of it, okay? And you can see there's this gentleman sitting on the side of the coffin when the coffin's completely open. And, on the coffin it says, hope, reflections, hope, reflections. Hope reflex. Okay, I also feel like I'm seeing hope reflex. So I think that you guys may open up this energy into your life again, because you're like, you have this reflex to kind of hope for a different outcome with this person. And but the Seven of Swords is looking at the Three of Swords. He is turned and facing the Three of Swords again, right? And I feel like you open up the energy and it's like, ba-bam, there's the swords in the back again. And the Knight of Pentacles is trying to slowly move on and kind of put a fork in it. But he or she keeps looking back at this situation, like, is there anything else that I could do here? Because I think you are very steadfast with the Hierophant and the Knight of Pentacles. You're a very steadfast, dedicated person, pile number 3, but I don't want you to become consumed is what I feel. And I feel like something about this has been very consuming to you, okay? Consumed is the word that Spirit keeps showing me, all right? And, you know, just as you're like ready to kind of go and put a fork in it, I feel like some of you may be listening a lot to readers or friends or people that influence you in some way. And some of them may be giving you really optimistic, rosy advice. It's like the mariachi, the skeleton mariachi band here. But there's a blue jay, and this sun to me feels like a skull, which reminds me of the death, you know, like the death card, right? And this is a skull deck, so it, you know, it makes sense. But like, I feel there's a little birdie, like this blue jay. There's a little birdie that's like, hey, you know, hey, like, and even the sunflowers have little skulls in them, all right? And I feel like, you know, it's like, don't pay any attention to the bright burning skull in the sky, right? Just focus on these happy words that make you feel better and make you feel optimistic and gives you that that hope reflex, that reflex to hope, okay? And that's why I even said at the beginning of this reading, be very careful about, you know, the words that you take in, pile number 3, okay? Especially if you're listening to readings or friends or somebody is trying to help you figure this situation out. And, you know, and you see the candle wax is like dripping off the table. So I feel like some advice you've been getting hasn't been totally accurate, pile number 3. And it may made you feel like things are like, put a Band-Aid on it, everything will be better, right? Just, you know, but yeah. So pile number 3, let's go ahead and see some more messages here for you. This person is saying, I am trying to overcome my issues surrounding commitment and intimacy, all right? Well, and if this person, if you thought they were cheating in the past or, you know, going behind your back or doing sneaky behavior, while at the same time you've been being very consistent yourself and, you know, just wanting to make sure that you're not giving yourself over to things that will never, you know, pan out for you, right? But this person is saying, I'm trying to overcome my issues surrounding commitment and intimacy. All right. And we have, I can't stop looking at your pictures and rereading your messages you have sent to me. Okay. So again, this person, and it may be this person kind of reappearing and saying, hey, I can't stop thinking about you. I'm trying to overcome my issues. I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry I stabbed you in the back. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I'm sorry I made you feel betrayed or abandoned. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I still want to talk to you. They're saying, I think about you as I fall asleep and as soon as I wake up. I have to distract myself throughout the day to keep my mind from wandering back to you. Now, yeah, when I wake up, right, when I wake up with the sun here, like I'm already thinking about this person, and I can't help but think some of these messages are your messages, pile number 3, okay? I kind of feel like this overcoming commitment and intimacy is the person in your reading. I kind of feel like some of these 2 messages are yours, to like yourself saying this to me almost, pile number 3, saying like you can't stop looking at the pictures and rereading the messages and maybe even listening to readings, like I said. And yeah, so this whole thing of trying to distract oneself during the day to get your mind off of something, right? And we have the King of Swords coming out with this Knight of Pentacles. And I feel like some of you guys are saying, like, I should know better by now. I should definitely, like, go for a better person or somebody that is more honest and has like a lot more integrity. And I've been pulling this King of Swords a lot lately in the last couple of readings, and maybe I talked to you. Look at the card for pile number 3. All right. And yeah, and I talked about, I feel like there's a fish on his clipboard, even though he's associated with a Gemini or a Taurus for the King of Swords. There could be Pisces energy here too. But yeah, I feel like you guys are like, yeah, I know I need to be with a person who's, and I like this King of Swords here because I like his expression. He seems really honest. He seems, you know, I don't know. People can seem that way though. Are you guys dealing with the King of Swords? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let's see what else we get. We have the Hangman here, and the Punishment. Okay, the Punishment Zone. Looks like somebody is smacking her ass. Okay, and I feel like some of you guys are asking, like, why is, like, the pitchfork, you know, Neptune kind of looks like a pitchfork. Like, why am I constantly being punished, you know, in this situation? Like, why does life keep spanking me? All right. What is this situation? We have the Numius and the mystery, the unknowable, psychic abilities, the cosmos, universal truth, you know, inner knowing, enigmas, the occult, and intuition, right? Intuition's a beautiful thing. Crystals are a beautiful thing. The pyramids, the mystery of it all, right? But I also think sometimes, like Seven of Swords and mystery, I also think we have to be very discerning when we're working with that energy of the mysterious and the unknowable, trying to know the unknowable, right? We got to be kind of careful with that because it can leave us in a state of constantly sacrificing ourselves over to people who continually wound us and hurt us when we have clearly, you know, kind of stuck around for the punishment. Okay, so I just want to bring that to your attention, pile number 3. And I'm saying we because I think we've all been there and I think we could all relate to that. We have Mercury and communication. So I think this person may communicate to you, like during this Mercury retrograde, which we are in right now, all the way through October 18th, saying, I am trying to overcome my issues surrounding commitment and intimacy, Mercury, okay? So this person pops back up in your world like nothing happened, everything's chill, everything's cool, the sun. Let's just bury that, right? Four of Swords. Let's not like get too crazy with it. Let's just bury it, pretend it didn't happen, right? And I'm gonna try to overcome my issues here. You know, this person kind of sweet talking you, because I'm drawn to the bees and the honey here on this card. This person kind of sweet talking you with their words and, you know, their ideas and their perceptions and the narrative that they are telling you, okay? And some of you guys are wondering, like, why do I always, the Numius and hope reflects, why do I always get my hopes up, you know, only to have this happen again, right? And I was listening to something recently about how hope is actually, like, some of the most, like, ancient philosophers, like, they detested hope, you know, they hated hope because they felt it was better to despair, because despair is actually what moves us to change. It's actually that plutonic energy that forces us. It's like, you know, in 2009, I think it was, when Britney Spears like shaved her head and, like, you know, basically, like, you know, I think there's a picture of her like raging with a baseball bat, and I mean, it had consequences, of course, but you know, there was a lot of other stuff going on there, but it's that breaking point, you know, and when we're continually drawn back into hope, you know, I mean, hope is a beautiful thing, but you know what I'm saying? Pile number 3, we have to be realistic. We have abundance, okay? And that's coming out under the Hierophant. So there definitely has been a lot of abundance. And I mean, I love abundance, but I also feel like somebody here has a fake smile, all right? The smile here is a little bit fake or a little bit forced on the picture here, which I hate to say, but I feel like that's true. We have serpent and healing. Okay, so we have the serpent, right? We can't force anything. And if we're like a better person, you know, there's this whole nice girl thing, right? Where people are like, oh, if I'm just a good girl and I'm just, you know, and I just do this or I do that, then things are going to change, right? But with the serpent energy, it's like, you know, the serpent too has had its day. I mean, serpent is one of my animal totems, so I completely get it. And serpents can be wonderful healings, but they can also be, you know, snakes in the grass, okay? So yeah, it could be that fake smile, you know, showing up with the honey. Oh, everything's great. Oh, great. Okay, good, you know. Stab you in the back, right? We have inner truth with the King of Swords. And I feel like this is you guys, even with this King of Swords, and knowing your own inner truth. Lapis lazuli. So interesting because I saw the lapis right here on this Mercury card, and now you guys actually have the lapis lazuli card here. It says the deep blue color of lapis stimulates your third eye chakra. It opens your inner vision to clairvoyance, lucid dreaming, astral travel, past life recall, and facilitates access to the Akashic records. Lapis enhances self-awareness, right? The King of Swords, self-awareness, and deepens your intuitive insight, right? The mysterious, the numinous, and the Hangman also deepening intuitive insight, putting you onto a path to greater wisdom. Yeah, I do feel, you know, trust your own inner wisdom right now. Pile number 3, more than what any reader tells you, more than what anybody actually has to tell you. Trust your own inner wisdom. Affirmation: exploring different metaphysical truths increases my spiritual awareness. King of Swords. So you are you know, and I think before with the King or the Knight of Pentacles, you were maybe in a routine of sort of complying with this energy. All right. And I think now you're starting to be like, wow, you know, I'm starting to get a lot more realizations here. I'm starting to see the truth of what's going on. Life is not trying to punish me. You know, I'm not like constantly the one having to sacrifice here. Like, I'm going to pull myself out of that. All right. Yeah. Okay. Pile number 3. So this is from my deck, Soul Messages. You see a guy here wearing a wedding ring, adjusting his collar. And what it says on this card is cheaters never prosper, committed to another. Okay, and that's coming out under the 3 of Swords and the Hangman. So yeah, if you guys were dealing with someone that said, oh, I'm gonna leave this person, or oh, someday we can be together, or they did just straight out, flat out cheat on you or lie to you or betray you in some way, and that was a very painful experience for you, okay? And I feel like some of you are like, this person, because this person in the Hangman card that's spanking her, like, they're not even that good looking. Like, what the, you know, I feel like some of you guys are like, I can't believe, you know, I let this person get under my skin that way. I don't even really like them, you know. Maybe some of you are realizing that too. But this person that you were with, or you're asking about, pile number 3, is a cheater or a liar, okay? And I think, you know, this King of Swords, Lapis Lazuli, is understanding this truth, all right? Or maybe some of you guys have been with cheaters and liars in the past. And they come back and they tell you, oh, everything's great. You know, I'm trying to overcome my issues with commitment and intimacy, sweet talking you, Mercury, fake smile. I can't stop thinking about you, right? And the serpent, right? The serpent as good versus evil, but also healing. Let's see what else. We have transparency. Well, ain't that about a bitch, right? Pile number 3, because the King of Swords definitely seeks transparency and the truth so that they can heal and finally be done with something. 4 of Swords, put the nail in the coffin and not just automatically have a hope reflex, you know, and especially with people that are just not changing, okay? Cheaters never prosper. Transparency. The energy of transparency supports our expansion toward a higher vibrational state of being with more insight, honesty, and clarity. Okay, so transparency. And I feel like for some of you guys, this situation has been very painful for you. It's been very, very painful with the Three of Swords and the Hangman. And for those of you that are in relationships as well yourself, and you feel very attracted to somebody and you're wondering, should I continue on this connection and should I continue down this path? Okay. I think for those of you that are actually in that situation where you're actually with someone or you're married to someone, the Hierophant, but you can't stop thinking about someone else and you're distracting yourself to get your mind off someone, and there is like a King of Swords that you're very into, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or you can't stop thinking about. I think you have to be transparent with your own inner truth as well, okay? And if you're hoping for this person to enter your life and you're needing to let go of another connection, you're in tricky territory if that's where you are yourself as well, right? And, there is a need to be like your own self, like getting to know your own self. We have the mystery and transparency, like getting to know your own self and understand in your life where you feel like you may be faking it. Because it looks like she's like, it's almost like one of those like robot wives, like Nicole Kidman in that movie, where she was like, I forget the movie, but she was like a robot Stepford wife or something like that. To me, this angel kind of looks like that. It's like she's holding like a cake or a pie and she's got like a fake smile plastered on her face, right? So there is something here about your own inner truth and owning that. And if you feel bad because of it, Serpent, you're wrestling with that within yourself. Knowing the truth is better than being fake, even to yourself. It's not like you have to go and tell everyone about it or be about it, constantly with other people, but it is knowing the own truth within yourself. I feel pile number 3. And that is not a that is not a moral speech to you whatsoever. Okay, because I know how hard it is when you're facing your own inner truth and looking at things from a deeper perspective. I know like how challenging that can be, okay? So, but that's just more of a, like, I don't know, life advice maybe. But take it as it resonates, okay? Definitely take it as it resonates. And you definitely do need a good night's sleep. And maybe you do need some distractions right now as a way to kind of get your mind off it. And maybe you have been absorbing way too much from other people or other readers or people trying to tell you one thing, okay? And when you keep kind of looking back at the other, all right? So pile number 3, I feel continue with the connection or ditch it. I think actually the question that you want to ask yourself is, are you being honest with yourself? Are you being honest with this other person? Are they being honest with you? All right, if it's the other side of the coin and they're with someone and you're waiting and they say and they never go, but then they come back and they're like, I'm trying to leave this person, and even if it's not a cheating situation, but this person just keeps coming back into your life and, and they're commitment phobes, and then they sweet talk you and then they leave you hanging again and again. I think, the biggest question I have for you, pile number 3, is, should you continue with the connection or ditch it? When you really look at your own transparent inner truth, King of Swords, it's not that mysterious, and the practical details, maybe King of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the practical details are an entirely another thing. But just getting centered in your truth of your own feelings and where you stand is the first thing that you need to do, I feel like, King of Swords, to kind of get, and are you faking it? Have you pasted on a fake smile? Are you faking it? What are you telling yourself about what you should be doing here? Do you feel guilty or wrong for what you think? Are you trying to submerge what you're actually thinking or feeling? All right, these are the things that it's actually bigger than this connection, right? It's more about, If you're behaving like a Stepford wife in your own life, then that's something, right, to work through, all right, with this lapis inner truth and transparency. Okay, pile number 3. So that, you know, the answer I have is, what is your truth? Okay, and it might even be bigger than this connection. It's telling a bigger story than that, honestly. With 2 major arcanas leading your reading here, it's starting off at a much bigger story than just this connection. It's like your truth within yourself, okay? So we are gonna go deeper into it, pile number 3, on your extended reading. If you want to follow me there and get more information about this connection and what you should do, and I mean, you know, what you should do, right? I mean, the whole thing is, should tarot readers be telling people what to do anyway? I mean, we should definitely be giving Mercury. We should be giving information. We should be giving good information based on what we see. And, you know, we shouldn't sugarcoat things. We shouldn't sweet talk things. But instead, we should try to reveal the deeper truth of what's happening here. Okay? And that's what I feel like ethically we should do as readers, for those of you that read too. But if you do want to join me on the extended reading, we will go deeper into this spread. We will talk about it in more detail, pile number 3, okay? So thank you so much, my lovelies, if you stuck with me all through the reading. Bless you. That was a long reading, and leave me a comment if this resonated for you, because if this didn't resonate for you at all and you're like, whatever, Natalie, like, definitely pick a different pile, okay? Or maybe just this wasn't your reading today, right? Because this was like a reading I was really feeling called to do for a specific number of people, okay? So thank you so much, pile number 3. Hope to see you on the extended reading, but if not, take care, and we'll see you again soon. Blessings on your path.